Meanwhile, on Arakko, Storm rejoins her date, Craig Marshall, after her fight with Xavier on Krakoa.
Hello, sorry about that. I'm
No problem.
so sorry I had to run away for a hot second.
I get it.
Yeah, I just want to continue the date, but actually, I'm kind of not hungry anymore, and I kind of just need to have sex right now. Okay? Are you down with that? Are you down?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought maybe you and I would get to know each other.
I'm gonna lightning your clothes off.
Whoa! I didn't know lightning could do that.
All right, just kiss me gently. Let's get this started.
Okay, are you sure? Like, maybe...
I said fucking lick my body.
Is that good?
That little fucker just said, he tried to fucking read my mind? He tried to read my mind.
Why don't we just talk?
Okay, yeah. Xavier tried to fucking read my mind. Oh, no, bitch. And then he's like,
God,
I want to know what my friend Eric said. Okay, you want to know what Eric said? He said he wasn't attracted to you because he's not gay. Fucking closet case. Okay, I'm fucking sick of it. Eric knew that you were fucking psycho, and I told him he can't fucking come back. All right, did I tell you to stop touching me? Touch my boobs. Touch my boobs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that fucking pisses me off. And you know what I said to him? I said, oh, you think you can come back to Arakko? We are not friends anymore. You cannot come back to Arakko. Okay, all right. I think I'm getting close.
Do you like when I'm
getting close? Yeah.
Already?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
So anyway, my middle name is...
All right, I gotta go. I'm still pissed about Xavier.
Oh.
Okay, that was great. I'll see you later when I'm horny.
Bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 261 of CBQ Legacy. That's called Comic Book Queers. I am EvilJeff, and with us, as always, is my co-host, Brett.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, my God. We missed a week, and we have a shit ton of comics.
We have 2 weeks of comics to talk about, otherwise known as a shit ton. I am very excited.
Yeah. Do we have any hot topics that you want to address?
I think there's one. Hit that music.
We got some hot topics. Yeah. Do-do-do-do. What do you want to talk about?
Well, as summer approaches, I can't help but feel fall. That didn't come out right. I want to talk about Fall of X because Marvel just released a full list of all the issues that will comprise Fall of X, and girl, there's a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
So Fall of X, it's the big X-Men event. I guess we're calling it an event. There's no Fall of X title. It's just a crossover event happening across several titles, a lot of new ones,
and
kind of like they used to do back in the day.
I prefer that. I prefer that.
I love that. I mean, it's like an Inferno, right? Where it's like, no, it's just like this is the story that's happening in these titles. We get
miss all of those times. That's why Cerebra X is going over Madeline Pryor right now.
Oh, I know. Oh my God, there's so much content.
There's so much content.
It's so good.
But but as they were talking about a lot of like when that whole run when she first shows up is like right when Storm gets her mohawk and like Rogue first joins the team.
Oh, sure.
I was like, oh my God, this era was so good.
Do you know what Fall of X kind of reminds me of though? Its title is Disillusion and Rebirth. That's the official title. It's when the Outback team fell apart. So it was never like a titled event, but it's known as Dissolution and Rebirth, like in the trades. And it's, it was the whole thing of like Rogue getting sucked into the Siege Perilous.
It was like 10 little Indians, one by one.
Yes, when they got picked off one by one.
And I will tell you this.
This kind of is reminiscent.
Just because I want to just wax poetic because it was my favorite time. That whole, was it Zaladane era?
The whole Zaladane era.
The only the X-Men were Psylocke, Dazzler, Havoc, and Colossus. That was the whole X-Men team.
And Psylocke was the leader.
I fucking loved it. I loved it.
And she forced them. She telepathically forced them into the Siege Perilous.
Because she knew the Reavers were going to murder them. And then Wolverine was left and saved by Jubilee, who then they reconnected with Asian Psylocke. Oh my God. It was such a great time.
So great and so smart for Claremont to take the team and just have each one meet an individual fate that disperse them around the globe. What an exciting time. I don't know why I'm reminded of Dissolution and Rebirth when I think of Fall of X, but here we are.
I think that's the one sad part with the way the X-Men are now. It's so large and there's so many teams. There really isn't just like, this is the X-Men. And I know we have an X-Men book, but after a year, they switch the team up every time. So there isn't like this is the main team of X-Men. You know what I mean?
I know. It's kind of like the X-Men are like, I feel like a military kid. Like I'm always being moved around. I can never settle into a home. That's how I feel about the X-Men lineup.
Yeah. And I think that the main problem is, I think it's because these comics, even if you have a team, the way comics work now is like, people are bored of it. You need to do a switch up. We're canceling it. Like nothing can ever have that longevity like Chris Claremont going fucking like 200
That slow
issues.
build. Well, I mean, Benjamin Percy's book was that slow build, and we were grousing about it for so long, and now it's the book I'm enjoying the most.
Yeah.
Wolverine. And we'll talk about Wolverine number 33 later, a book that I'm going to say right now felt like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but back to Fall of X.
All right.
Can I just go down the list of these titles?
Yes.
You want to alternate because we're both looking at the same list? It'll be more fun for the listeners.
Are we just going to go through it, or do you want to give reactions to each one?
What do you want to do? I want to go through it.
Okay.
No, I want to give reactions.
Okay.
This is a talk-based show, after all. This is an opinion piece.
Okay.
Comic Book Queer's legacy is nothing if not an opinion piece. Alpha Flight 1 through 5. I'm very excited. Feels classic.
I love it.
What do they have to do with this?
Of who we saw images of who it's going to be. It's just the twins.
It's the classic team.
The twins, but is it Snowbird? Isn't it?
Shaman, Snowbird, Puck.
I didn't see
Gladiator.
Talisman, and I like Talisman.
Well, because you have Shaman.
Yeah.
Shaman? Chimera?
Anyway,
so what do they have to do with the Fall of X? Is it because of Hudson? Is it because of, what's his name? Henry Hudson? James Hudson? Is he going to be Orcusing it up?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is Alpha Flight secretly working for Orcus? Maybe that's the angle.
But Alpha Flight also was in cahoots with Agent Brand. So they have a lot of connections, because for a while, Agent Brand was running them. So I think they have a lot.
But it was like a decidedly different iteration, right? It was like the same name.
But there was who's the one that's the big woolly mammoth? Not woolly mammoth. Why can't I think?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Why couldn't I think of that word?
Love him.
Sasquatch was part of that. Agent Brand.
Yes, Walter Langowski.
But
right?
I think the interesting thing is Aurora and North Star, they were busy in X Factor. And so having them reunite with this team, I think it's going to be very interesting, because it'll probably be, wait, you're on this side? They were the bad guys. Wait, maybe you're the bad guys. I'm very interested to see what that's all about.
Canadian
I've always loved Alpha.
Intrigue. Yeah, me too. I've always loved Iceman, and it's your turn.
Wait, hold on. Is Heather
Hudson
dead?
I don't know. I can't keep track of what's going on with those Hudsons.
Okay. All right. So the next one we have is Astonishing Iceman.
Oh,
isn't it weird how astonishing now has a different connotation? Because it's like astonishing.
Astonishing.
Oh, he's astonishing. I'm astonished.
He was the star of Astonishing X-Men when Marjorie Liu was writing it, right? The whole Death Seed arc. That weird team.
And when North Star got married.
With Warbird. Yes. So Astonishing Iceman, what do we think? Is he just going to try to be a superhero? Because he's been on this journey for a while, like Bobby Drake's solo superhero.
Yeah.
In various books, he's been going off, like his Iceman title on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah.
Felt very like solo adventurer.
I'm interested of like what they're going to do with his love life, because he's always fucking somebody different. Like Iceman's kind of turned into a slut. He
has many boyfriends.
Which brings me to this. Does Iceman need to be on PrEP?
Absolutely not. Because his powers...
Like when he turns to ice?
Yeah.
I guess HIV can't live in ice. I don't know how that works.
Or is it just like frozen like cryogenically?
Oh my God. Now I'm thinking.
And then when he turns back to human, he gets... Oh no.
I'm just imagining, because it would be weird, like if you...
That's what this book is about, like how STIs work in his body.
If you topped Iceman and then he like dropped a load in him, like in ice, like you dropped a load in Iceman, and then he froze, and he's like,
He's
like, it's frozen inside of me, and then you're like, I want to break up. That's gross.
And you're like, why are you whispering like that?
Anyway, I'm just excited to see. I have no idea which angle it's going to go. I'm also curious.
I want gay drama.
Have they shown like who's going to be making appearances and cameos?
Not sure. I'm not even sure who the creator is on this one.
Yeah, because there was that extra Pyro. There was gay Pyro who just vanished.
Whatever happened to gay Pyro?
When old Pyro was resurrected, gay Pyro just disappeared.
Oh, it's Steve Orlando writing it, who's writing Scarlet Witch. He's a gay man.
Didn't he write something Iceman, though, too?
Potentially, but he did write Marauders. Mm-hmm. Okay. The last iteration.
So it's basically a crapshoot of whether it'll be good or not.
Right.
All right, let's move on. What's the next one?
Oh, the next one is Children of the Vault, which you know how we feel about them.
For me, I'm like, can this bring it to a close?
That's what I'm like, enough.
This shit has been going on since the 2000s.
Can we stop trying to make the Children of the Vault happen?
Yeah, the characters aren't that interesting.
Listen, a lot of listeners, 2 of them, like the Children of the Vault a lot. Like, people love the Children of the Vault. And I'm like, that's because you were young when Supernovas came out. All the people who love the Children of the Vault are the people who were 12 or 13 when Rogue had her weird team of villains and Cable and Cannonball. And that's why I like
that. I like that run too. It's a good run.
It's a good run, but it's like, it's not our run. It's not the run that we hold dear.
Here's the thing that I'm okay. And this is the thing is I'm people now just rely on alternate timeline, alternate dimension, or bubble universe where time works differently.
Oh my God.
Everywhere. There's the world. There's the Children of the Vault. It's all over the place where time works differently. I'm outside of time or we're evolving faster. It's just so overused and overdone that I'm just kind of over it.
I agree. I've been reading the Marvel Unlimited X-Men Infinity comic, the one with Nature Girl every so often. And there was oh my God, there was a 5-issue arc of featuring just trans mutants who had been brought up in New Mutants somewhere, I think, or the Marvel Voices Pride, actually. Uh-huh. And it's a story where Mojo puts them and Jubilee in a time bubble and they like live their lives for 40 years and come out all old. And I'm like, enough.
But then it all gets reversed.
Actually, I don't think it did.
Is Jubilee old now?
I think she might be. I don't think it got resolved. She's like an old lady.
I feel like it's just sometimes the simpler story is the better story.
Just give me 2 people in love. I don't want no time bubbles.
Yeah. I also the other thing that's overused, but it's done well. And what we'll talk about later is clones. That's another thing people overuse. Yeah, now there's this Wolverine, there's this Wolverine, and now there's 500 beasts. But this, at least that's done well.
Sometimes it works.
But anyway, Children of the Vault. Let's finish it up.
Cable and Bishop are the stars of this book.
What was happened to Darwin at the end? Did they ever find Darwin?
He was downloaded as code. There was the whole thing about like they downloaded Forge's information, but like the file size was double what it should have been. So Darwin evolved himself into code and is back. He's like in the Cerebro system now.
But then is he going to be resurrected with all of that into a body?
I hope so.
Hopefully they'll deal with that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have Dark X-Men.
Oh, Madeline Pryor.
Hi. Would you like to take a trip to Limbo? You need to get your Limbo passport. Come into New York City, into our Limbo building.
People, Limbo Enterprises, can I help you? Do you have an appointment? I feel like today's Madeline Pryor, someone might go to her and be like, you look just like Jean Grey. And she'd be like, you flatter me. I think she's very pretty. Thank you.
Yeah. Know what I would do if I was Madeline Pryor? I would make an appointment with a mutant named Mask.
Yes.
And be like, give me the works. And she's like, what does that mean? It means make me hotter than Jean Grey and that I don't look like her anymore. And give me some Tresemme box color Raven, and I'm going to dye my hair black, and people are going to stop saying I fucking look like her.
At least she should just make a date with a certain mutant called Box of L'Oreal Paris. L'Oreal Paris Excellence. Okay? Just dye your hair so you're not a redhead.
Yeah.
Also, that's a really good idea. I think she should go to Mask and be like, make people refer to Jean Grey as ugly Madeline.
Oh my God.
That's what I want people calling Jean Grey moving forward.
Oh my God.
Low rent Madeline.
What do we got next?
Oh my God. What don't we have next? Let's talk about, we talked about who's on Madeline's team. It's really crazy. Next is Immortal X-Men. So far, Alpha Flight 1 through 5, Astonishing Iceman 1 through 5, Children of the Vault 1 through 4, Dark X-Men 1 through 5. That's 19 issues. Immortal X-Men number 14 through 18. So that's another 5 issues.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Invincible Iron Man, which we will talk about today later.
9 through 12. I can't believe it.
Continuing the Phylong. So that's probably the whole Orcus thing with that is going to...
And that should be heavy Emma, right?
Yes.
There's a whole reason they told us that story in the last
Remember when Emma was like
Iron
sent
Man.
into the pit and we were like, how long is she going to be down there? And they're like, 1 issue.
She's like literally not even 4 seconds, darling.
But here's the interesting one. Jean Grey 1 through 4.
Jean Grey 1 through that Jean Grey. Something about her past reveals some context about the present.
What do you mean?
I don't know. But Jean Grey's past connects into this somehow.
Oh, is that what the promos are saying? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Past as in the past as the Phoenix? Or because pretty much all of her relatives before are dead. They were all murdered. She doesn't have any family.
Why don't we explore that?
And they also are following up with how Jean Grey and Cyclops are not happy with each other right now.
They really, 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 really are not. I mean, it's all over the Brood. I mean, talk about a stupid fight.
I know. I want to commit genocide. Well, I don't. Ugh.
Wait, do you know who's writing the Jean Grey series?
Who?
Fucking Wheezy Simonson. What? Louise Simonson.
They never give her like a real they always give her
I know. And
isn't here, do an old time thing.
Ann Nocenti's writing an old time thing right now. I forget what.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Bring it, girl.
Okay.
Because if anybody understands that character, it's fucking her. She wrote she wrote pretty much all of X Factor.
She wrote her fucking life to battle with the Goblin Queen in Inferno.
Yeah.
Girl. I'm wondering if that's what we're going to revisit.
Oh, I wonder if this connects with the Dark.
Listen, I'm reading this list.
I thought they resolved all their issues.
They did. But it says something about her breathtaking first interaction with the Phoenix Force, her shocking confrontation with Madeline Pryor, and more.
Oh shit, she's going to deal with Echo.
Each chapter will be packed with heartbreaking secrets and pulse-pounding mystery as Jean discovers the truth of what's happening and what she must do.
What is happening?
Oh my God, it's going to be sacrifice herself, isn't it? I will shit myself.
Okay, they can't kill Jean Grey again.
No.
I mean, that's the thing, because I'm assuming is the big reveal at the Hellfire Gala that they finally are able to get rid of Resurrection, like they permanently kill Gold Balls or something.
Who knows? Watch it be that Jean Grey sacrifices herself and Jean Grey dies in front of everyone at the party. Buzzkill.
No. I just, if there's no way someone was at a meeting and they're like, know what we should do? Let's kill off Jean Grey again.
Kill Jean Grey, make Madeline Pryor take up the mantle of Jean Grey. No one will know.
She hasn't even been alive that long. She's only been alive for 5 years.
She was dead for so long.
She was
the second
dead
time.
for
she was dead longer than the first time. Yeah.
Yes. No killing of her. All right, let's move on. Realm of X. What was that one again? Who's in that one?
Magic. It's Magic and Moonstar. Right. Limbo stuff. Thor stuff, maybe?
That it's a roll of the dice, because sometimes these Limbo stories suck, and sometimes they're really fun. So who knows?
We'll see.
Uncanny
Avengers. Fine. 1 through 5.
As I said before, I'm still annoyed that I want Uncanny Avengers to have a connection to Dark X-Men, because I feel Havoc. I want to see the connection to Havoc from who was in the original Uncanny Avengers in that.
He was such a main character in the original.
Plus, they still have never had any resolution between him and Janet Van Dyne.
I know.
Because they were boning.
They had a fake daughter
baby that was then disappeared. Uncanny Spider-Man with Wolverine, with Nightcrawler playing him. I'm excited for that.
We love that. Oh, by the way, Jerry Duggan is writing Uncanny Avengers. That bodes well.
Yes.
Uncanny Spider-Man. I just love Nightcrawler so much.
Yeah. And then we still have just the old ones that have been there forever. Wolverine, X-Force, X-Men, and X-Men Red. Great. It's a lot.
Great. It's a lot. I mean, and we love all those books now.
And it's 5 issues. So, and this starts next month?
I guess. Well, it starts with the Hellfire Gala. So the first issue is X-Men : Hellfire Gala #1.
So technically there is a separate book.
I guess, but it's about the Hellfire Gala.
But then, but when does that come out?
Stall. I'll look it up.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello,
God,
my ragdoll.
You did not give the frog from Looney Tunes. What are you doing?
I'm trying to think of when this will all end, which I'm assuming maybe September. It'll probably, if it starts in June, July, August, maybe October.
July 26th, girl. July 26th is when Hellfire Gala. Yeah.
So July, August, September, October. Okay, so around November-ish is probably when all this will end. Oh God, that's going to be our lives for the next till November.
Our whole lives till November, and then we're going to go see the Marvels in November.
Yes, and then will any of those make our best of the year lists? We shall see.
By the way, did you see that? Here's another hot topic. Okay, Fall of X done. Another hot topic: Loki and Echo. They will be coming out this year. Loki season 2 is dropping October 6th.
Yay!
And Echo is dropping November 29th.
Yay! And then there won't be another Marvel TV show for 500 years. No, I guess there's...
That's right.
There's, what is it? Secret Invasion. But
in June.
They're just getting rid of a whole bunch.
Secret Invasion, June 21st. Yeah. Oh.
And speaking of Disney Plus, did you hear they're merging? Hulu and Disney Plus will be one app by the end of the year.
Oh, I did not hear that.
Crazy.
Wow.
The streaming wars are coming to a head.
I mean, we said they were going to start consolidating, aggregating, and then it'll just be cable again.
Yes. All right. Shall we talk about some X-Men? Not like we aren't already doing that.
Let's talk about X-Men comic book issues.
Hit the music.
I was reading X-Men comics in a cocktail bar. That much is true. Yeah.
All right, we missed a week, so we got a lot to go over. So let's
we have a lot to go over.
Let's really start to let's try to be succinct as we go
be on point.
This.
Yes.
What should we start with?
Let's start with X-Men Red.
X-Men Red. We already gave you a little preview.
Number 11.
All right, this was basically we pre-knew, like we
pre-knew in our opening sketch.
We did an opening sketch where Storm was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And basically this is what she was doing.
Was based off Immortal X-Men when she got a little fuck you-y, and then we were like, Storm, manifest fuck you energy. And she did in X-Men Red number 11.
Basically, she's on a date with Craig Marshall.
Anna Rocco.
Yes. And he is...
She looks ravishing. The shoes need to go.
Isn't he related somehow to the Sinister thing? Wasn't one of the kids he adopted from Morocco one of the characters
wound up being
later?
On Storm's Brotherhood. Yeah.
Yes. And like she has his last name or something, right?
Yeah, she took his last name.
What was her
name?
What was her powers?
Super fast.
Super fast. Okay. She's on a date with this dude, and it's all like she comes ravishing. I mean, for me, I would turn straight. If I was sitting there I
mean, her body.
And someone came with like some cloud dress flying in from the heavens, I would be like, okay, let's make a baby.
I'd be like, yes. Listen, I'd be like, yes. I'd be like, you know what, girl? I love it. The shoes, pure camp.
Yeah.
Look at those shoes.
And then she's sitting there being super flirty, where he's like, "Oh, are you into humans?" And she's like, "I'm very into mutant human relations." And
she's like, "I'm into that dick."
Yeah.
You know who else is in this scene is Saucier, who we love.
Yes.
Emma's for the Krakoan personal chef.
And so we have suddenly Xavier's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you need to fucking come here right now. I need to fucking talk to you."
Can we pause for 1 second? Because I just want to say, there behind the camera, Storm asked Emma Frost, could I borrow Saucier? And Emma was like, of course.
Love it. Is Saucier's powers just to make good sauces?
Like,
is that
make good food.
Oh, okay.
It's food. My power only works on sauces and dips.
Yeah, it's just French. It's only French cuisine I can do.
I made ranch dressing.
And then he's just like, oh my God, is nacho cheese count as a sauce?
He's like, let me try. No, it's not.
But then, yeah, Xavier gives her a call, basically cock blocking her.
Cock block.
Like, you need to fucking come here right now. Oh, are you going to talk about the hot tub scene?
The hot tub scene.
Do you think that image was drawn on purpose that way? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, absolutely. Like his knee, when he stands up, Bobby's knee looks
Bobby's knee looks like his cock coming out. Yeah. I don't know how they got that by the censors. It's fully, because they're also staring at his cock in the scene.
But it's Sunspot, Nova, and this big alien dude from Morocco in this hot tub. And the big Moroccan alien dude stands up. He's given cakes, first of all. I would hit it. Yeah, I would absolutely hit it.
And he's trying to defend his seat on the council or something.
Yes, and Bobby's knee is poking up out of the water right where this guy's hard dick would be if his dick was hard and poking out of the water.
Which I think that's what it really is. And they purposely put Nova's knee on the other side, because if Nova's knee was not there, it would only look like it was a dick. And I am like, this is bravo. Like, hats off to the artist for this. It's brilliant. And I love how both of them are looking like, oh my God, his cock is so huge.
His dick is so huge. So then we have this Storm Xavier scene, which I tell you gave me my whole goddamn life.
Basically, Xavier is losing it. Like, he's just like...
He is unraveling.
Because he's like, I don't know who I am. I don't know. I just saw the future and I'm awful, but everything is me and I don't trust anybody else. What did I do? And basically, it all came down, you need to come here now because I need to know what fuck Xavier said. I know Xavier said something to you before he died.
Magneto. I know Magneto.
And I like how it's switching where he's calling him Eric, Storm is calling him Max. And
yes,
which is a very distinct...
Fake. Eric is a fake identity, kids. Max is who this man was. That's who he was born as.
Yes. And so it's this weird thing of Storm being like, I actually feel like I know the real Magneto.
I actually know the real Magneto, old friend.
And he was like, what did he say? What did he say about me? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
Does he like me?
And Storm is like, that's none of your fucking business. And
it's none of your fucking business.
All he said was,
watch him.
You need to keep an eye on him. That's all it came down to, is like, you need to keep an eye on him. Like, I couldn't do it. Moira turned to the other side. He's like, you need to keep an eye on him. And Xavier's like, listen, bitch, if you don't want to tell me, I don't want to read people's minds and out of force, but I'll do it if I want to, and I'll do it right now. And he tries to force read her mind. And she fucking uses his own training back at him. And the fact that this image, you see all of the old cartoons,
the old panels of from classic X-Men, Mohawk Storm being trained.
Brilliant.
Like, just this collage, this pastiche of old dialogue and old panels from issues from like the 70s. Incredible.
Oh my God.
80s.
And basically he falls over and she's just like, here's the deal. Like, and he's just like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And she's like, you need to get your shit together, and we're not friends anymore. So don't fucking come to Mars ever again. Don't fucking call on me, bitch. And I was like, what?
I mean, holy shit. Like, the leader of Morocco telling the leader of Krakoa, we done. That's a big fucking deal.
But she's still on the council of Krakoa. So,
I mean, kind of. Like, she's giving her proxy vote to Colossus.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler is giving his proxy vote to Storm, so it goes to Colossus. So Colossus is worth 3 votes now.
So Mikhail has 3 votes. Or
Mikhail
does he?
Has 3 votes. Or does he? We'll talk about that. So then at the end of this X-Men Red, we get this flash of light. Nova and Sunspot try to figure out what's happening. And it's this, we don't see who it is yet emerging from this white light, but he's talking about the White Sword, who we remember from 10 of Swords, the Arakan champion. He has fallen, and 99 of his champions with him. I am the last. I bring you his weapon. Tell them, he said, tell them all Genesis is coming. And it's Ironfire. Ironfire has entered the 616.
What is that book that's coming out with the... Is that
Heralds.
That wasn't listed in the
well, because that'll come out before, like in June.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, those are all like the prelude to the fall books.
And so this is Ironfire is his name?
Yes.
Which after you read, like when you saw Sins of Sinister, you're like, clearly Ironfire and Rasputin are going to come to the main world because they were just so heavily featured. You knew that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That wasn't the end of them.
Yeah, and it's really cool how he entered and who he is. I love that they saved the context reveal that he was one of the White Sword's 100 followers until now.
Yeah, it's great. So smart. What else do we talk about? Rogue and Gambit?
Rogue and Gambit number 3. Oh, they are snippy at one another, aren't they?
Yeah, they are losing it out. And that's so crazy that she keeps asking Rocket Raccoon for dating advice.
I love that Rogue and Rocket Raccoon are such good friends. And she calls him Rocky.
I do, but
I love it.
Even if I was friends with Rocket Raccoon, I would not ask him for dating advice.
It's funny.
No, it is funny. I just don't think what the fuck does he know about anything?
I know. I really love the art in this book. In particular, how Forge is drawn. It's incredible. It's really good.
Yeah, and this we find out she needs to basically...
Carlos Gomez.
They need to find Manifold. So they're like, I know for a fact that Forge kind of built that fucked up Caliban vest. So maybe
when he went into the vault,
we can use that to find them. And basically Gambit steal and Forge is like, no, I got rid of it. And then Gambit stole the design for it. He's like, no, I didn't.
That was another great reveal where you thought Gambit accidentally blew up Forge's lab, but it turns out he blew it up on purpose to cover the fact that he stole files. Yes.
And the thing that I'm confused about is because then it goes straight to her looking for them. And I'm like, wait, did she make another Caliban?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
How did him having the files of it lead her to finding them?
Exactly. I don't know.
But basically she finds Manifold, but it looks like they've been brainwashed. And there's a whole team of all the people. There's Lady Deathstrike. There's the Vanisher. All there ready to attack Rogue.
Electro, Absorbing Man, Juggernaut, for fuck's sake.
And basically she's like, whatever, I'll just pull the little control thing off. And then Vanisher drops dead. And she's like,
oh, I was so mad. Why does Vanisher always have to just die immediately?
Well,
God damn it. So now she killed Vanisher by accident.
Yeah, but he'll come back to life. I mean, we still have Resurrection for now.
And now she's sort of stuck with these mind-controlled
Remember when Vanisher joined X-Force, and the way to keep him in line, Elixir put an X-shaped brain tumor in his brain?
Yep.
And he's like, I'll keep it at bay, otherwise you'll die if you don't do what we say. Oh, God.
That book is what made me fall in love with Vanisher.
That was when Ron ate her dad. Rick Remender. That was Rick Remender, right?
Yeah.
I loved those X-Force days.
Me too. All right, can we talk about Wolverine number 33? Because I have to. I'm champing at the bit.
You have a fucking boner right now over this comic.
I do. I do. First of all, let's talk about things we love.
Okay,
Beast
so let's set it up.
council,
Set it up.
Yes.
Beast and his council of clone beasts is basically made a bunch of clone Wolverine beasts. Not beasts, but just like animal, like feral Wolverines to go and be his warriors. And then the Council of Beasts are all the scientists behind the scenes. And they're going around in that creepy skull submarine, basically.
It's so weird.
Basically fucking up. They just want to fuck up, the governments that aren't pro Krakoa.
Right. And so he sends Beast proper, sends one of the clone beasts and a bunch of feral Wolverines to go retrieve Maverick's body on, or the other
Wolverine's body as well. However, Maverick,
that does not go well.
Yeah, Maverick is there and waiting for that to happen. And he starts killing some of the Wolverines. He captures a Wolverine. He kills the one beast. He then blows up his own ship and takes the one Wolverine back with them. And all of the cabal of clone beasts, which that was the thing they said, they were all given nearsightedness. So they all have to wear glasses so that you can tell the difference. Like there's basically a hierarchy.
So they're a little inferior, yeah.
Yes, and they all kind of started talking on their own, and they're like, oh my God, he sent him to die. Like, we're just expendable. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. One being the leader, we all need to be together as like one team, one mind. But unfortunately, the bigger beast, which I'm surprised these lower beasts don't realize that, the higher beast is like already has listening devices to make sure they're not trying to plan anything against him. So he's listening to all of this.
Yeah, because he knew that they were going to eventually rebel and mutinize because he knows himself.
Yeah.
And he knows that he doesn't want to listen to anybody else because he's always the smartest man in the room, no matter what the room.
So he calls.
And so they all think that too.
Yeah, he calls the three instigators. He's like, hey, come here for a second. I got to show you something.
Hey, I got to tell you a secret.
And the secret is, I'm going to kill you. He fucking kills them.
And they get surrounded by more feral Wolverines and stabbed to death. And like that, this is one of those scenes that made me say my comment earlier, which was this felt like a movie.
Yeah.
This just like, it was so well paced.
Yeah.
And the scenes were so cinematic and they were so like of the genre of like a Mission Impossible kind of movie that it was great. Even the scenes of Jeff Bannister assembling the team and like to go after Beast on that, like just talking to the SWAT team guys on the aircraft carrier. I was like, this feels like a fucking movie.
Yeah, it was great. And Wolverine, meanwhile, finds Maverick and hooks up with Maverick. And they're like, let's fucking take Beast down. We hate each other, but we both hate Beast more. Let's fucking take Beast down.
Yeah.
And so Beast's next mission is against the UK. And he's like, oh, I'm going to blow up their real chemotherapy medicine. So they have to get the Krakoan medicine. Which, if you think about it, what he's doing is very similar to what we see happening in the X-Men with Orcus, where human beings are just fodder for these like political machinations, which I guess is just how it works in the real world.
Specifically around the medicines, yeah.
But I love how it's like, I want to help the world. And the only way I can do it is by really killing a whole bunch of people, which is just really fucked up. Unfortunately, we now have Beast is going to do this attack, but Maverick and Wolverine are on the trail. But so is, what's his name, Bannister?
Jeff Bannister.
Jeff Bannister. How did I not remember his name was Jeff? Jeff Bannister's on the trail as well. And so when he sees the real Wolverine, he thinks it's one of the clone Wolverines. And they're like, take it out.
Take it down. Yeah. So it ends with crosshairs on Wolverine's head. Yeah. Which again is going to lead to an awesome scene. I cannot believe the book I'm enjoying the most out of the entire X lineup is Wolverine.
I know, right? What else do we have? We have Invincible Iron Man, which we're just gonna say this is an X-Men book because.
Well, yes, it is, because one of our favorite X-Men, if not the favorite, has been featured heavily lately in Invincible Iron Man. Of course, we're talking about.
Oh, Emma.
Emma Frost. That's right. Yes. And it's written by Jerry Duggan as well. So, we're in good hands.
And
so this is a flashback to Iron Man's days with the West Coast Avengers.
Yes. And you see that it was something about him trying to figure out how to like weaponize the Magneto helmet.
Yeah. And so he's enlisted by the American government to figure out how to make mini psi blockers based off Magneto's helmet. And there's one telepathic mutant who does not like this.
Yeah. And it's Emma Frost, old Emma Frost.
It's
old
villainous.
School,
it's White
villainous
Queen.
Emma Frost, Hellfire
yes.
Emma Frost.
Yes, but she's still so funny and smart.
She just had kidnapped Kitty Pryde and was like, hold on, stay there tied up, honey. I need to go handle something with Tony Stark.
Love this. Love a Emma Frost Iron Man battle, okay?
Yeah. Which is ironic now because now they have to be on the same side.
Right. They're both fighting Phylong, which is, I really hope she features prominently in Invincible during Fall of X. She must.
Yeah. I want them to fucking hook the fuck. I mean, have they fucked already? Is it insinuated that they've fucked?
I think so, right? And then they did that stupid thing in the Marvel Comics 1000 where it was they flash forwarded to the wedding of Tony Stark and Emma Frost, which I understand from the X office is never going to happen.
Wait, where was this previewed?
This was in Marvel Comics number 1000. It was like a list of mentions of like the future of the Marvel universe.
Right.
And one of the things mentioned was their wedding.
And the reason all of this is happening is in the present time, Fei Long, who's part of Orcus, has bought Stark Labs and has basically taken it over. And it's now his mission to just like belittle and destroy Tony Stark.
So Tony's broke because he spent all of his money on getting rid of all the weapons of mass destruction in the world. And it left him penniless, and it's hard to run the company penniless. So he's open to a hostile takeover, which Phylong is doing, and making Sentinels with Stark Industries logos.
So now we have Sentinels that look like Iron Man, which he's like, oh, no, I don't want this.
Oh, no.
And so he's enlisted Emma Frost of like, bitch, you need to help me. Help me out, bitch. And I'll eat your pussy. And she's like, all right.
She's like, you're actually doing it right now. He's like, oh my God, I hate your powers.
Yeah. But then she's like, wait, what is that? Jean Grey and Cyclops are having issues? Uh-oh.
BRB.
Let's go to this week's comics.
Yeah, how about X-Force?
X-Force.
Number 40.
Okay, so what did I say was my complaint that's being overdone too much?
Yeah, Quentin Quire coming back old.
Here's a different timeline with a different future. And I'm like, so in this future, there's no Sins of Sinister. I
know. It's too soon.
It's too soon to have a whole different future where Beast is evil and Beast is like, Beast killed all the humans off and now he's like now trying to kill the mutants that don't want to be on his side, but he's like eating them, like eating their souls. Like he's like some kind of monster now.
It's wild.
And Quentin Quire, apparently when he was battling that Cerebro monster, they actually disappeared and he disappeared into the timeline. And rather than just coming back, he was like, oh, I see these timelines. I want to kill the bad guys from the timelines from back to the front. But he's been doing it so long, he's like senile.
Yeah.
And my thing, though, is it still doesn't fully explain why was he erased from Cerebro.
It just was one of those things.
And what does this mean going forward? Because I want young Quentin Quire. I don't want old senile Quentin Quire.
Yeah, agree.
Old man Quentin Quire. Remember that was the thing where they're like, old man Hawkeye,
old man Star-Lord,
old man Wolverine. Ugh.
Yeah, this I don't know. This is a weird turn for this book. You know, like I thought you had really good stuff going with I guess this is paying off the Beast stuff in some weird way. It's like, look what happens when he is unchecked. You know, so they're really grounding Beast in even more supervillainy through this alternate future. So then when they go back, you're going to be like, oh my God, he's so evil. Who was the first
person to turn Beast into a villain? Do you remember?
Grant Morrison in Here Comes Tomorrow.
Yep. He knew.
I knew.
I
mean, no, because you can argue Dark Beast and Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's true. But here's the thing is that the only thing I found really interesting about this was when Colossus got sent into this future timeline, he got severed from the control from the mutant. What's that mutant's the writing mutant?
The Chronicler.
The Chronicler and his brother Mikhail. Now, the thing I don't understand is he's like, oh, I feel so weird. And then he's like, oh, I'm feel free. And then you're like, tell them you
is
are
no one going to pick up that cue?
Control.
Right.
Like, be like, oh my God, I killed my girlfriend. Hello, I killed my girlfriend. Right. I still don't know. That poor bitch had no friends. No one knows. No one is like, where'd she go? Bitch is in the ground somewhere. What is going on? Like, say something.
I hate that they did. I mean, I'm sure they will dive into it. You know, it's their opportunity to move that story along.
Yeah. Anyway, this one, whatever.
Yeah, I tell you though, to this day, when that Colossus is in his uniform but not in steel form, it's the hottest thing ever. That costume is so hot.
Yeah. Well, I liked Outback Colossus because it was just a Speedo.
Yeah.
He didn't have that vest.
But those fucking boots that he's wearing.
Yeah.
Yo, he's gay. Like, right? He's gay, right? In those boots?
Sure. I mean, we all know there is an alternate universe where Colossus is gay.
I'm saying it's this one.
Mm-hmm. You remember that? Did you read Ultimate?
Yeah.
X-Men?
Oh yeah. I remember. I freaked out.
Colossus was fucking North Star.
Mm-mm. Listen, do we need to do an episode? Remember when during the pandemic, when no comics were coming out, so we looked back on characters and we looked back on Iceman and we identified kind of like all the moments where it was like, he's gay. We should do that with Colossus.
Yeah. I thought you were saying we should do a revisit of Ultimate X-Men.
Oh, we can do that too.
Because y'all know who wrote Ultimate X-Men. One, Brian K. Vaughan.
Saying.
It was amazing. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. The Logan reveal at the beginning. Oh,
but then they kind of ended and they tried to reboot it and then it was terrible. And then
that whole universe became trash.
Yeah. So, is there anything else for that one? Yeah.
No.
Let's talk about X-Men.
Yeah. Oh God, these ding dongs. Oh,
these ding dongs.
By that I mean the villains going around in their floating car, just making people kill themselves.
Yeah, basically what they've done is they've hijacked the Krakoan medicine and put a thing in it where they can control anyone that's taken the medicine and then play a frequency and make them like basically commit suicide. So their goal is to make it look like all of the Krakoan medicine is evil.
Nimrod, MODOK, Dr. Stasis, Orcus in general. Actually, there's a great new Orcus org chart in one of the data pages here in X-Men number 22.
Yeah, Club Sinister is HR or something.
He's HR. Take it up with HR. No, that's okay.
Dr. Stasis HR.
No. Next time I took it up with HR, he experimented on me, and now I have a unicorn horn.
Yeah, and so basically, we also see the person who had Alzheimer's from horticulture is now getting better with the Krakoan medicine, but what's her name?
Omega Sentinel.
Omega Sentinel basically tells her like, there's the mutants are fucking with the medicine, so you better look out. So horticulture is probably going to look into it and be like, oh my God, it is. They're evil, but Omega Sentinel, they're the ones that are doing it. Right. So I love how they're just like, we're going to destroy the mutants by killing a bunch of humans and making it look like the mutants are doing it, which is just so evil.
This time our nefarious plot comes with a marketing whisper campaign.
Yeah. Oh, evil.
And then they try to, they're also touting a cure, Orcus is. They can take your powers away. So this mutant goes in and decides takes one look and he's like, holy shit, no, I'm good. And then when he tries to escape, they won't let him. But then the X-Men show up, Firestar, Cyclops, and Forge.
And that's the thing is, it's not a cure. It's really just a thing to like. To experiment on them, right?
Yeah, totally.
And this was definitely like, let's show the powerhouse of Firestar and like what she can do. Because I think people don't always realize like she's different from Pyro. Pyro controls fire. Firestar does not really, technically, fire is not her power. Her power is microwaves. And I like that they were like handling this. Like she can create heat. And I actually feel with the microwaves, there's so many other things. I really feel if they really wanted to, they could really start expanding what she can do with those powers in microwaves.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that's what they're going to do. Something
really funny in the Infinity comic on Marvel Unlimited during the Mojo arc with the trans kids, they were casting the X-Men proper in a Mojoverse show, and they don't cast Firestar because she'd be bad for ratings. And it's Mojo's grandson that's doing all the casting and like directing, and then Mojo comes in, he's like, excellent move not casting Firestar. Nobody wants to watch her.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's so funny.
If we had to do an X-Men Red, but it was all just a team of redheads, we have Firestar, Jean Grey, Madeline Pryor, Rachel,
Rain, Hope,
Escapade. Are there any boy redheads?
Rusty
Banshee.
Collins,
Banshee. I think that would actually be a fun team. I would love like
Jason Todd.
Who's Jason Todd?
Sorry, Red Hood, DC.
Oh,
never mind.
I would love like an all ginger X-Men team.
Yeah, X-Men Ginger.
X-Men Freckle.
X-Men Sunblock.
I love how it's just like nothing can stop us, and they're like, "Uh-oh, this next battle is in direct sunlight," and they're like, "Oh
no!" But then they introduce a new character, Sunblock.
Oh my God! Did we actually cover all of that?
Well, actually, there's one thing. One thing about X-Men I want to point out. Genius thing is when somebody is like, "Hey, how many times has Wolverine died, and how many times have we recovered his adamantium skeleton?" And it turns out they're making Sentinels out of discarded Wolverine skeletons. Genius concept.
So now we have. Okay, so let's just cover this really quick. We have a group that's brainwashing mutants and turning them into killer assassins. We have another group in Orcus that is making Iron Man Sentinels. We have another group in Orcus that is making Wolverine Sentinels. We have Beast, who is making Wolverine feral clones. This is a lot. This is a lot to deal with.
It's a lot. It is.
That's a lot.
So I think we need to put up a boundary. Yeah. That's a lot, Robin. What's that from?
Oh, you've never seen that meme? It's this video of a Karen at a beauty salon.
That's a lot, Robin.
And she starts screaming at this woman, and the woman's like, "I'm not going to help you anymore." And then the woman, I think, hits, like, she's yelling at the assistant, and finally the woman's like, "You can't. I'm not going to do your hair. Get out of here." And then she like tries to hit the salon, and the woman goes, "Oh my God, that's a lot, Robin. That's a lot."
I think I have seen that.
And now I just always say that's a lot, Robin. Like I always add that to
That's a lot, Robin. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Should we talk about well, basically a show we watched?
Let's talk about the end of one of the greats, one that gave much fulfillment to our gay lives.
All right, hit the music.
I always feel like I'm watching a comic movie or TV.
Titans is now
Goodbye,
over.
Titans. Goodbye to HBO Max's Titans. What a journey. What a show. Thankful for it. Not always great, but thankful nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it really had... I mean, to this day, I sent Brett a video of... What's the actor's name who plays Nightwing?
Brendan Thwaites.
Brendan Thwaites, where this interview, the woman is like, it was basically, the caption was like bisexual king. And she's like, "What do you look for in a partner?" And he's just like, "A male or a female?" And I was just like creaming my pants. It was so hot.
Well, as long as they have peanut butter in their cupboard.
I know. Oh, and they like peanut butter. Oh, he's so fucking hot.
Have you ever seen Gods of Egypt?
No, it's awful.
I know, but he's the star of it.
I know, but it was like one of the worst. That kind of was what destroyed his career for a bit. He thought his career was over.
I'm sorry, I've got the Robin video. I've totally seen this.
That's a lot, Robin.
I'm obsessed with this. Who tries to hit people? Oh, I'm waiting for the line. All right, people don't want to listen to this garbage.
That's a lot, Robin.
That's a lot, Robin. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, they should do. I want to do a T-shirt of that, but with like Robin from DC.
Oh, speaking of, okay, let's get back to Titans because there's a lot of Robining.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the finale; it was the episode before, right?
Yeah,
and there was the whole
Jason Todd shows up, which I'm still like, you murdered too many people for me to be okay with you. Sorry,
like horribly.
Sorry,
and like I love that Brenton Nightwing. Like it turned out he sent Tim Drake to Gotham on some like retrieval mission, gave him a Robin suit. Turns out it was a setup. He actually contacted Jason Todd and asked Jason Todd to train him and teach him a few lessons in Robining.
Yeah.
Which he does, and it's really hot.
And Robin, all he can talk about is his boyfriend. I'm like, oh my God, you've been going out for
my boyfriend. And Jason Todd, as much of a like aggro male dick that he is, totally cool with it. Totally cool about talking about same-sex relationships, to his credit.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I might have tried to genocide all of Gotham and killed Hawk. But I'm okay with gay people, so forgive me. Whatever.
All right. So I feel like you're coming for me right now. That's exactly what I'm saying.
No. You also, just because Jason Todd is really hot, you are too easy to forgive people.
He's so hot. Only hot people.
But that's the thing is Jason Todd is hot. The new Robin is hot. Nightwing is hot. Starfire is hot. All of them are so fucking Gar is hot. Like Beast Boy is so hot. Superboy, even with his fucking shaved head, is hot.
The Star Labs boyfriend, what's his name? Cameron? No, Colby? Something like that.
He's really hot. Brother
he's
Blood,
so hot when he wakes up.
Who was in Vampire Diaries in the originals. He's fucking hot. Everybody's so goddamn hot.
When the Star Labs gay
Raven,
boy,
you're gross. No, I'm just kidding. You're hot too.
When the Star Labs gay boy woke up from the coma and was all like groggy in his boxers and t-shirt, like limping around the office, I was like, dude, why is this doing it for me? I'm so horny.
Yeah.
Because of this guy limping around in his boxers.
Yeah. Basically, Brother Blood, his ultimate plan is, I want to use this
horn.
I'm going to use the horn, but he uses the horn. He uses
to call
the
upon
horn,
Trigon.
Calls Trigon, and then just fucking pulls out Trigon's
fucking kills him
and eats his heart. So now he's the new Trigon.
He's the new Trigon.
And they found out, there's this device where
isn't there always
where we can like replicate Starfire's powers.
Starfire's blue light energy.
But they didn't load it properly, so it didn't kill him. So that was like a bust.
He in turn, like Superboy was the one to do it. He was like, I can do it. I can kill him with this energy grenade, but it wasn't full power enough. And so Brother Brother kills Superboy.
Yeah. So Superboy dead. And then they find out that he is, so deep in, was it Star Labs? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Deep in Star Labs, there's just this, I love how they're like, we just had this thing that's like, we probably just destroy the universe. And you're like, that's a bad idea. But basically, it's the thing that could make a wormhole. And so Brother Blood is like, I'm going to make a wormhole right to Starfire's homeland.
And destroy it.
What's her planet's called? Do you remember?
Targanian, something like that.
And so basically it's a wormhole. So Earth and those planets, because it's always said if those two planets joined up, they'd be unstoppable. And
unstoppable.
So he's like, all right, I'll just do a wormhole from Earth to that planet and they'll crash into each other and they'll both be dead. So, but I need Starfire's power to charge it. So eventually Starfire is like trying to fight him, but it's like, but if you use your powers, you'll charge the gate. And he ends up like sticking some like tubes in her. And so he's charging the gate. And then there's like a big, huge battle. And in the end, they stop the gate. They make the gate disappear. And then do they kill? What happens to Brother Blood? How does he die?
I think they kill him, yeah. I forget how. I forget that.
I know he gets like electrocuted with all that, but then he comes back, and then I think Starfire decides to sacrifice herself. That's right.
Yeah, but then Brenton doesn't let her, right?
No, he doesn't want. No, she does. She ends up taking him flying up, and she explodes herself.
Oh,
and then they all think she's dead, but it turns out when she
Yeah.
exploded herself, she was rebirthed with her original red, orange Starfire powers, and she comes back.
Yes.
And so finally, she comes back and is finally, Dick Grayson is like, all right, let's be fucking boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah,
And you're
which
like, finally.
put those if you put those two planets together, they're unstoppable. When I heard that, I was like, oh, it's a statement about their relationship.
Yeah, so they're together. I believe Raven and Gar seem to be together, even though he's going.
They
off
seem
in the
to
red.
be, yeah.
Superboy was able to come back to life, and then he's with his dog. He's fucking the dog.
Thanks to Nightwing is like, he knows where to get the magical thing that's going to help the thing. So like when Raven was like, I need to be separated from my brother, Nightwing was like, I'll be right back. And he shows up with this like dark magic spell, like this'll do it. And then when Superboy dies, he shows up. He's like, this is red kryptonite. You're like, okay, yep. He's like, it'll bring him back to life. Well, why not?
Okay. But in the end, the Titans disband because, Robin wants to go back to Gotham. Raven's going to go to school. They're going to fuck. Starfire and Nightwing are going to fuck. But they're all like, but, we can, and Guard's going to go into the red. And they're like, but if we all want to get back together, we can. But basically, the
which
show's
is great.
over. We're all happy and the show's over.
It's the way Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ended.
Yeah. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, everyone's happy. They all have their little like individual journeys they're going to go on, and it's great. It's great. The episode, the finale, it definitely suffered from the fact that the actors were clearly not available to shoot together, and this was all about the Titans, as a team taking it to the bad guys. So it was kind of weird in that all of these were supposed to be like these group battle scenes, but there were so many instances where it was clear that body doubles were being used, or just the way the camera worked and like the way they addressed one another. Like they were all supposed to be in a hallway together, but they separated them so that they're all in different corridors. And there was one scene where they had to turn around, and Raven was like, hey, Nightwing, you have to turn around. And then a different like corner of the hallway, it's just Brenton. He's like, okay, thanks, Raven. Hey, Robin, we need to turn around. And like Robin's in like a different corner. He's like, thanks.
Yeah. But you just have to go.
It was a lot of that. But you just had to go with it. They did their best. And wasn't that the theme of the run, the entire series? They were doing their best.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was good. It was fun.
And now we just have to get to the end of Doom Patrol, and then it's
then end of an era.
And then it's James Gunn all the way.
James Gunn all day.
When is Peacemaker season 2 coming out?
Not sure.
I can't wait. Can we talk about just 2 other shows I want to bring up? Which
Oh
I don't
my
know if
God.
you're watching. These are not superhero shows. Have you watched the latest All Stars?
1 second. I want to thank Titans.
Okay.
Thank you, HBO Max Titans. Thank you. Okay.
You give us shower nozzle masturbation material for years.
For years. I am watching All Stars.
All Stars.
I'm caught up.
RuPaul Drag Race All Stars.
I am ripe and shiny and all caught up.
I guess just real quick, who are you rooting for?
I'm a big Jimbo fan.
Yeah, Jimbo's great. I feel they're pushing him to win.
Yes, I agree. It's Jimbo. It really that's the one who's like the standout to me. I actually liked Kasha Davis, and I was like, oh,
I liked Kasha Davis too, but I mean, that outfit was like
it was unforgivable.
That was really. I mean, you can't get
what the fuck.
And I'd also love Jessica Wilde. I think is.
I love Jessica Wilde, and that. Honestly, what she did for that last lip sync to Coconuts, I could have watched that for a fucking hour. RuPaul certainly could have watched that for an hour and would have laughed the entire way through. It was just so fucking dumb and funny.
Did you see? It was very similar to Yara Sofia and her All Stars. When she did All Stars, she did one with big jugs flinging around everywhere.
Nice.
These Puerto Rican queens love jugs.
They love jugs. It was good to see a lip sync assassin lose, after 2 episodes of.
Yes. Although I will say this, losing. Coconuts is not a good lip sync song.
No,
like I feel like you really
laid back energy.
It's too happy. Like my coconuts, la 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 la. You need something that has
low BPM.
Yeah, you need like a fucking Dua Lipa, Ariana Grande. Yeah. You need something that has beats, that has something like drops.
Diva-ish.
You need the beat to drop. You know what I mean? So you can have like stunts and
do a death drop, do a split, girl.
But but it does seem like right now it's Jimbo's to lose. The only problem is Jimbo is not a good lip syncer. So
oh my God, was so bad.
Oh, he's just always not been a good lip syncer.
Ooh.
So we'll just see how that pans out in the long run.
Yeah.
But there's another show I want to talk about.
Okay.
It is the 3rd season of The Other Two has premiered.
Oh.
And this show has just gone completely off the rails.
It has gone bonkers. It is dipped into the surreal waters of comedy, and
I love it.
Are you the last episode
with the Pleasantville remake?
Oh my God, they did Pleasantville. They remade Pleasantville. Like when they first did the season 1, when they parodied the ending of Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
At the end of one of the season 1 episodes, I was like, that is such delicious parody. This puts that to shame. Because the funny part of Pleasantville, Pleasantville was all about like, be independent, be free spirited, feel things, break the norms, and then black and white would turn to color. This was Carrie Dubeck teaching every other actor on this show he's shooting how to be a fucking nightmare, how to be a horrible actor on set, how to be an on-set nightmare. And it was like giving them life and giving them color. So funny.
And also, I just want to give a shout out to a guy I did Groundlings with, Jimmy Fowley, who plays the crazy.
Oh God, forget it. Do you know how obsessed this household is with Jimmy Fowley?
He's now he's like the story producer, I think, on the show
for SNL.
No, on SNL, but he's also one of the writers. Like he's like one of the story producers of the other two now as well.
Because he's fucking genius.
And he plays this character. He plays like the worst gay human being on the planet.
Cameron Colby. He started as like the leader of the Instagays, which made a huge impact on us in season 1. And it's so great that they've pulled him through. I watched the episode before my husband did. My husband is so obsessed with Jimmy Fowley. I was so excited for my husband to see this Cameron Colby is the villain, episode 3.
Yeah.
When he came on, my husband stood up. My husband stood up and was like,
yes. If you're not watching this show, it's just so smart and it's just so gay. It's one of the best. I wouldn't say it's the best representations of queer because all of the characters are very problematic. Like the poor, like the brother and sister, the 2 leads, they're not good people.
They're assholes.
And they're both so insecure.
They're horrible and so self-centered.
And they like the sister is just trying to do good because she wants people to think she's good. She doesn't actually give a shit. And it's so
when she was
cringy.
She sees the, she was like, all right, I'm going to get a job that's like steeped in charity. I'm going to get a good job. And she sees the tree planting charity and they drop AOC's name. And then she was like, this is it. And I was like, please say you're going to work for AOC. She's like, I'm going to work for AOC. And then gets called out. Like, are you interviewing for this just because AOC is good and you want to be seen as good by proxy?
Yeah. And they were like, we get 20 white women, like white girls every day coming in to apply for that.
And we have to explain to you, this isn't a thing.
Yeah, it's
just such good satire.
It's a great show.
It's good satire of the industry. Like when Brooke left the industry and couldn't be seen or heard at the industry party. It was like a ghost. Oh my God.
There was also in the first episode, their brother, who is like a Justin Bieber star, is about to turn 18. And as soon as the interviewers find out he's 18, literal fangs come out of their mouth and they're like, fuck me.
And Wanda Sykes, the publicist, is like, he's 18 in a few weeks. And the fangs disappear. And they're like, okay, sweetie. Have a good time.
It's a great show. And you all should be watching it. Because I want it to be renewed for another season. So please watch it.
Oh my God. It's just what a great character study of 2 damaged, broken characters who are the victims of the social media age.
Yeah. It is like, I watch that and I like look at my partner, Joe, and I'm like, we're okay.
We're okay. We are okay. But really, the other two, you would get nonsensical here and there, but this season is so steeped in these fantastical, surreal things happening, like Brooke not being seen or heard at the party, like the Pleasantville stuff they did. It's just so good.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Watch it. I mean, watch it. Because we done. And you have to go on living your life now. And be careful. Because if part of your life is reading comics...
Uh-oh. What?
Uh-oh. Well, I got news for you, girl. Well, that makes you... queer. Bye.
Bye.
Damn.